Thank you for joining us for another edition of the Business Spotlight. Would you introduce yourself to the audience, please?
Tim Burns, water treatment plant operator.
Tell us a little bit more about your background and your experience with water treatment facilities.
Well, I've been doing it for about 8 years now in this area, and because there's not a lot of operators in this area, ADEQ gives out my phone number to any water systems that have problems or need help, anything like that. So I've kind of made a business of running water plants in this little area, all these little water plants.
What I love about you, Tim, you're very modest and very humble, but you know, when I was looking for a water plant operator for Wellton's water plant, because of the relationship we have with the DEQ, I contacted them and I wanted to know, do you have anybody in mind to manage and operate a water plant? I said I came across a guy by the name of Tim Burns, and I asked the administrator there at DEQ, I said, what do you think? And he told me immediately, that's your guy. We were looking for an operator too, but you have a coveted a license of an operator 3, which is very hard to come by. And so Wellton wanting the best, we recruited the best. And so we're really grateful and thankful for what you do here for the town of Wellton. You know, I started in January of 2022, and one of the things I felt was important that we develop a relationship with the DEQ and all of our partners on the state level and the county level as well. So I asked them to hire a consultant to let us know what we needed to do to enhance and improve our water operations in Wellton. And they came up with a plan. And one of their recommendations was to install the new clarifier. And so we've done that. We're able to get, as you know, because of your leadership, to secure the $1,800,000 in monies to install the new clarifier. $1 million of that is grant from the Water Infrastructure Authority. Another $300 of that is low interest loan, which we don't have to touch or go into, fortunately, which I'm very pleased to say, because the Community Development Block Grant provided $487,000 of that $1.8 million of grant money. We're using up to the $1 million in WIFA funds, and we're going to use the $487,000 in grant funds before we even think about going to using the low interest loan. And our projects came under budget so far, and that's a great thing. Yeah. Again, because of your leadership and you being here, we're able to get that free money for the town of Wellton without a dime of the taxpayer money going to this well-needed project in our community. So how's it going with the clarifier? Can you give us an update?
Well, it's up and running. We got the approval of construction, so we got it running. And right now we're just going through the learning curve on it. We're dosing alum into it, and we're trying to build up a sludge blanket. And we've started doing some testing. It takes 2 to 3 weeks to get the results back from the labs. We'll just keep doing testing and, you know, making adjustments and try to get everything dialed into where it's working properly. I'm actually heading over there as soon as I leave here to talk to Joaquin about it and see where we're at.
I appreciate your hands-on approach to how you manage the facility there. Joaquin, on water operator too, he's doing a phenomenal job. We have Adolfo over there as well, who's an assistant director. But we have a good team, a strong team, and we're looking for some promising things to come out of that clarifier. We had until December of this year to have that up and going. We were 6 months ahead of schedule, which is amazing. Back to your leadership too. What's the next step with the old clarifier? What is the plan?
The old clarifier, they got it drained. And so we're going to have the contractor go in and inspect it and see what needs to be replaced. And then we'll order the parts and the contractor will rebuild it for us. So then we'll have 2 clarifiers running. Not only for redundancy, but we might be able to run 2 at a time and slow the flow down, and potentially that'll help our situation.
Thank you so much for your service, what you're doing for our wonderful, amazing community of Wellton, Arizona. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
We appreciate you.